How's it going, guys? Today's podcast is sponsored by Deal Farm, Northern Ireland's leading dairy brand. For over 50 years, Deal Farm have been sharing the goodness of dairy and its iconic ice lollies across the local communities here in Northern Ireland. We guarantee anyone listening to or watching this podcast right now, head to your fridge, open the door, and you'll most likely find a Deal Farm product in there. They're owned by a cooperative of 1,300 dairy farmers. So not only do the farmer members milk the cows to bring you their amazing products that fill your fridges and freezers, but they also own the company as well. Deal Farm are proud to produce an extensive range of products from milk, ice cream, as well as their infamous Suki range, which Shay's holding there. Their purpose is to share goodness every day, nurturing happy and healthy communities across Northern Ireland. So if it's milk, cream, or a cheeky ice lolly, Deal Farm are proud to be a small part of your everyday. Let's get into the podcast. A wrap, crisps, yogurt, chocolate. What's the order that you're eating that in?
I'd get a bowl and mix it all together and just eat it in one.
No, but what? No, seriously, let's get real here.
This is serious.
Here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack. Welcome back, talking shit, I'm drinking wine, like and subscribe. Here's the crack.
Yes, guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast. So, you probably heard there at the start, this podcast is sponsored by Deal Farm. Now, we've been doing a bit of things with Deal Farm recently. Not only were we podcasting today with them, but we were also out and about in Belfast on Saturday, and we were giving out ice lollies, socks, the whole shebang. It was a bit different for us, I can't lie. It was a bit different, wasn't it?
It was very something. It was. I think you see these things on TikTok, people doing it, and you're like, just think, oh, like, that's a bit cringe, like anyone could do that type of thing. But I think when you actually go out and do it, you realise how difficult it is going up to people.
I think people make it look so easy too.
It was so hard, like, and there's so many people that's just like, nah. Like, I had a few encounters that were a bit awkward.
I had a few bad ones.
Do you want to talk about the one you done? That was a bit awkward.
The one with the 2 girls?
Yeah,
so I went up to 2 girls. So basically we were asking people like what their favourite ice lollies and stuff were, and what character they thought they were in the Cool Crew. And I went up to 2 girls and was like, so you've picked, pretty sure it was one of them picked
one of them was a Joker and one of them was a Polly.
One of them was Joker. The other one was Joker. So I was like, all right, so you picked the Joker, so can you tell us the joke? And she just turned around and she was like, no.
No, but it's mad. It's mad when you put people on the spot.
Yeah.
But then again, like, if that was me, I'd probably be the same. Like, you wouldn't know what to say. I probably should have briefed her before. Like, but you don't think of these things when it's your first time doing it.
I wouldn't have been able to pull a joke out. But like, basically, the whole thing Deal Farm are doing is each of the Cool Crew, as you can see here, have their own personalities. So we'll run through the personalities, and basically on the day of like us doing the whole like a Vox Pop thing out in Belfast, we had to like ask people like, which member of the Cool Crew are you? So the Joker is pretty self-explanatory. It's the giggler, the one who loves the crack, is a bit of a joker. Then we've got the Chalk Pop. So the Chalk Pop one is like the nipper, someone who's witty, you know, a bit of a ladies man,
smooth,
bit charming,
smooth
guy or smooth girl. And then Mr. Frosty is basically just like the cool
OG
guy, you know,
the OG
Mr. Cool. Polly Pineapple, it's the one Chatterbox, so like, you know, we all know a Chatterbox. And the pair of Picking Porky is basically
Pair Picking Porky
is the one who just can't say no to Pair Picking Porky. So basically, you know,
I need to sit back from the table a wee bit.
Us.
Bit of it. What did you just say?
I said us.
I thought you said Ross. I was like, you cheeky boy.
So basically the day it went was like we had to go up and ask people like which one they think they are, and then we had questions based on that. And I had a bit of an awkward encounter myself for like so basically there was like, for the nipper, the Chalk Pop one, the question we were asking people was like, oh, so you're a bit of a you're charming, you're a bit of a ladies man, like, you know, what's your best chat up line? So basically we bumped into these like this two dolls and their kids.
You were actually such good crack.
They were so funny, they were so sound, they were pure up for it. But basically one of the boys, I think one of you asked one of the dads, and then the other one
I was talking to the first one, and he told me a joke. It was actually dead on there.
And then the second one was like this dad and his wee way, and I was like down talking to him, and I was like, I was like, oh, I'd be like, our favourite's the chalk pop, so I was like, you'd be the nipper, and I was like, so you're a bit of a ladies man, like
in front of the child.
I was like, what's your best shot?
Not in front of the child.
And he was like, well, actually, we're about to just say like we like the chalk pop because it's like nice and chocolatey and it's ice cream and it cools you down.
He's like,
and I was like,
my wife's watching.
I can't believe it.
Please don't. By the way, if you want to see some of these fields, it's being released tomorrow on Dale Farm's website.
Yeah,
or on their social
media. Yeah,
so you can have a good laugh on it.
If you are listening to this or watching right now, head over to Dale Farm on Instagram. I think they might be doing it on TikTok as well.
Instagram and TikTok,
we'll probably post something about it as well.
We'll be posting on our TikTok as well, so you'll see it there. Go check it out.
Go check it out. It is actually really good to see because obviously Dale Farm is it's an iconic brand. Like everybody knows it in Northern Ireland. Like as soon as they messaged us, we were like, oh my word, Dale Farm's messages, that's class. Because it's one of them brands, it's just as soon as you say it, you know it in Northern Ireland. But it's cool to see that they're actually like doing stuff.
And they're doing something different.
Yeah,
for
like
some,
it's class. Like
yes, for some a brand that's been around so long, like trying to be different and doing things like that. Like you don't see, especially in Northern Ireland as well.
Yeah,
I was in the horse Sunday morning.
Why?
Because just after going out with like to your house on Saturday night and all, and then just Sunday morning waking up, I was just thinking back, of like being out in Belfast. And you said to people, oh my god,
it is hard.
It's just hard.
It was hard. Like people probably look at it and think, oh, this is easy, but it is so like going up to people in the street and
do you know it's such a simple thing. Holding the mic up to someone,
because it's the first one. You forget like, Shay was like, "Us here."
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think people automatically assume because we do stuff like this, we do this podcast, that we are like really, and I think we are quite outgoing. Like to be honest with you, not a lot of people could have went into Belfast and did what we did technically, but at the same time, I think it's a lot different because it's the three of us. We've known each other for a long, like you two have known each other for ages. We've known each other for about 5 years now.
Yeah.
And like, we're all comfortable with each other. So like, once you take us out of the room and put us in like the middle of Belfast, walking up to people and like, oh, which personality are you? And as well as that, I think where we really come out of our shell was whenever the people vibed off us as well.
Yeah.
Like there were some people who just obviously weren't really that, like they were just like, no, get that microphone out of my face. And then there were some people who were just like, oh, what's this for? Dale Farm? Oh, class, I'll do it. Yeah, that's grand. It was really awesome to see.
Well, you'll see the end result out.
Yes.
So go check it out.
Go check it.
So moving on. Tommy's question time.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the greatest show on earth.
It's Tommy's question time.
We've went through the Cool Crew. Which member of the Cool Crew would you be? Or like, well, should we flip it around and be like, which member we think each other are?
Yeah. I think I think go for that.
So I would say Shay is the chalk pop one, the nipper, because he's quite cheeky. He's a cheeky chappy.
Fair enough.
And he thinks he's a ladies' man.
I am.
What's your best shot up, man? Got him. Let's keep it PG, please.
Keep it PG. Come back to me. I'll think of one.
Trying to think who you think Ross would be.
I'll tell you my cringiest one. Have you ever seen that one where like, you go up to a girl and you like get her to feel your t-shirt and be like, you know what that is? And then she gives it a wee rub.
You did
and
that on
like,
me on Saturday night.
That's boyfriend material.
He was sitting beside me and I thought his t-shirt looked really like a towel material, and I like felt it and I was like, that's a weird material, like what is that? And he was like, boyfriend material. And I was like, you got me there. Like,
nice.
Didn't even
I'm surprised
ask
nobody came out with that one on the day. Like.
Yeah. Well, it is hard to think on the spot. Like.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys on the Belfast bike who came out with something that definitely will not make it in the video and will not make it in this podcast as well. But yeah, you know what you said, and we laughed about it for the rest of the day. So funny.
I'd say you're Perfect and Porky
because I'm fast.
Greedy.
If anyone is greedy, it's you. Like.
Yeah, 100%. You're a chalk pop and a pear pick and porky.
You can just eat anything and just not put
literally
on weight.
Annihilate a dish anywhere, any day, anyhow.
I've just got this thing in my head where if you put a plate of food in front of me, like, it has to be finished,
Mm.
no matter the size of it.
I'm like that as well, but like you go and get an omelette.
I like yours too.
There you go. I'll never forget Dublin. Like we got into this like barbecue place and got proper like they're like proper ribs, like big feeds. Like they come out with like the big like it's almost like a lunch tray with everything on it.
So good.
Me and Shay got a big feed. Everyone got a big feed. Finished off ours, and then like Shay basically ate the remainder of everyone else's as well.
Because we all got plates, and then Aoife got a flipping tray. She got a tray of food, and then you just like, you eating that? Can't let good food go to waste.
It was like a basin.
You hair picking porky.
It was a basin of nachos there.
Who would Ross be?
Dear.
Polly Pineapple Chatterbox.
Never shut off.
Doesn't shut up.
It's so funny though, because I knew that was gonna come. I knew that was gonna come, and you was gonna say that. But I think anybody who like doesn't like, I don't really know. I'm not really a Polly Pineapple.
Don't know.
Like I don't know. I don't really chat until I get to know people. Like
Yeah.
I think that's
I'd
one
be a
thing
bit
that
like that too, like.
people who like come up to us like and pure want like come up and I listen to the podcast like can we
Why
get a
do you
photo
do
and
that?
all?
Don't make fun of the people who listen to the podcast.
Oh, right, no,
Not
I mean,
even
like,
who
people
came up has been saying.
People, but people who come up and they're like, "Oh, can we get a photo while I listen to the podcast?" And all, like, I really don't like engage. I'm like,
I like when people come up, but it's
hello.
I feel like you
hard to
don't
know
deal
what
with
you
it
say.
very well.
No, I don't.
We're usually
Yeah.
like, "Oh, thanks, cheers, no bother," and you're like, "Oh."
Yeah,
You
It's
just
a
take the piss out of
strange
them.
what would you say? What would you say your personality is if you had to pick?
pretty Mr. Frosty, like pretty cool, isn't it?
Shit. Well, fair. What would you say?
Don't know.
You're all
Joker?
Dunno.
Definitely.
I
not.
would probably say Mr. Frosty.
I could be all
I
five.
definitely say
Tell you the
that
truth.
you're Shaz the Chalk Pop one.
I'd probably say Polly Pineapple.
I
I'd
don't-
probably agree
yeah,
with you.
so
I'd
there you
probably
go.
Polly Pineapple.
That
Because
was
I
which
do
one's your actual
chat,
favourite?
but I think Polly Pineapple, I think it's like the person who chats, they're quick-witted, and they've got a good sense of style.
Polly the Pineapple one.
That's, yeah.
You're sort of
Mm.
just changing the personality now to make yourself
I
feel
don't
better.
think it said that on it.
I think it
don't
did.
see-
No.
I don't think so.
Let me bring up what cool
I'd say I'd
cool-
be Mr.
cool Creek,
Frosty
Deal
because
Farm.
I'm so laid back. I think I'll go with that.
Hear that?
Fair enough.
There we go. Polly Pineapple. Now this is on Deal Farm's Instagram, by the way.
God.
Straight to the source.
If you're Mr. Frosty, you have to do the cool guy.
This one loves a good natter. Always ready for a good goss. Their playful attitude and immaculate sense of style is admired by everyone. They have a
Dunno
true
about that.
heart of gold. I do.
Oh,
Wee heart of gold.
it's definitely not you.
What's
So-
your favourite one? Taste wise.
Oh, taste wise, mate, 100% the Joker or Mr. Frosty. I love a Mr. Frosty like during the week, but like, a wee Joker, like just sometimes it's just so.
You're
You know
a wee
what it is?
Joker?
A Joker's just really refreshing.
Mm.
Really refreshing. A Mr. Frosty, it's more like an after tea lolly. Like I had one the other night. Me and my wee nephew had one the other night after dinner, and it's just such a nice like after dinner. It's like an after eat. Do you know what
Nice
I mean?
and
It's
milky.
nice. It's nice and milky. Whereas a
Chocolate
Joker
no, great.
is a Joker. This is personal preference. A Joker, I would say, is more like if I was like out and about.
It's more of like a summary.
Yeah, definitely.
one. I
100%.
would go with a Chalk Pop.
Yeah, I'd go chocolate pop as well. That's my favourite, but I actually had a per pick and porky one Sunday morning after
They're
that night
nice.
out. Like,
Nice and what are the?
get the electrolytes back in.
Can't think of the flavour now.
It's per.
Pear?
It's on. It's literally on it.
picking
If only it was on the name. Oh
Yeah.
wait. So moving on, in line with nostalgia with Deal Farm, our main topic this week is nostalgic Irish brands. So like your favourite, not even Irish necessarily, like our favourite foods and drinks growing up.
So I think the first one definitely to give a shout out here is, and keeping on the sort of Deal Farm topic, is Suki. There was actually a few people who we stopped and interviewed the other day who were holding Suki cartons or Suki bottles. I just don't think you really like.
I just don't think. What was that?
I just don't, sorry. I just
think-
don't think you really like
Is
recognize it
is
now
that
because it's
the
such
baby
a
voice you use when you're talking to listen.
no, definitely not. But yeah, it is just such a nice like, and it's been around for ages. Like you remember, you used to always get them in
You know
like
what?
school,
You
like
know
the
what I
canteen.
miss? Like?
Are you gonna say what I'm thinking?
The Zuki cartons. Like.
No. Do you know what I miss? The super sucker straw on them.
What?
I don't
Isn't-
even remember.
do you not-
Are they the ones that had like
Nobody
the
seems
wee
to remember.
hole at the end of them?
There was like 3 holes in them, and they were like clamped at the top.
Yeah.
So like there wasn't like a big hole, and they were like clamped like that. And there was actually 4 holes. There was like 1 on each side, and then 2 on the other sides.
Yeah.
And then like once you sucked it, it would like explode in your mouth. But obviously you can't really do that with a paper straw anymore. Like.
Yeah. No. Will we tell the story of Brona the other day? Cheeky, chappy. Did you hear about this?
Yes.
So basically, we got stuff sent out for the podcast. So like Zookies and like
Zookies.
and
Where's the sound, man?
Zookies. That's what I
Suki.
call them. Zookies.
Nice. Take a wee drink there.
Zuki. So we got the stuff sent out. Like we got this ice lollies and like 5 Zookies sent out and socks and all. And I put everything in the fridge because like it was sent to me. And I didn't really say to Brona that we needed them for the podcast, but like she took one out of the fridge and was drinking it anyway, and I was like, oh, she'll drink one, like, you know, didn't really feel the need to say it. And then I was talking to her the next day on the phone, and she was like, oh, how class is it that you got sent all that stuff out? And I was like, yeah, it's class. And she was like, I've had like 2 Zookies. No, she was like, I brought one of the Zookies into work with me. And I was like,
why do you keep saying
that was just what I call it. And then I was like, how many of them have you had? And she was like, oh, well, like I've had 3. And I was like, they're for the podcast. And she couldn't believe it. I was like, sure, just help yourself.
Yeah, no bad.
So she had to replace them.
Bitch. I can't believe you've done this.
Women, but you can't leave them around the house, you know. What are they like?
But yeah, I love how kind of Suki now has, as we've grown up, Suki and its use has also changed. Where
What?
Yeah, do you not know this? Do you not kind of recognize this? Like a lot of people say now, when you were younger, you always just obviously have them in like the school canteens and stuff because they were probably the only thing that the school sold with some sort of flavour and it was nice and stuff, and it was obviously healthy.
Right.
But now do you not find yourself like buying it as a wee sort of hangover cure from time to time?
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't be doing that whenever you're younger.
It's like what I think, you know what it is, and well done, Dale Farm. It's indoctrination. You've give the people as kids, you know, this lovely drink, and then now as adults, when we wake up, we're just like, what refreshed me whenever I was a child? A Suki, or a Zookie as Thomas calls it.
preferred me for these nights out.
Zookie?
Yeah.
I never think of getting one for a hangover.
What would be your, because obviously
So, like,
we have the orange ones here.
When you were younger and you would have went to the shop and all, like what would have been what you got? Like,
I
what
would have
was
got
your
the
favourite?
orange one. Orange is my favourite.
I would have
flavour.
got the orange one and then got sweets.
Orange.
What sweets would you have got?
They do
I-
other flavours.
I don't know. Do you want to get your head out of Zookie's ass for a second?
I am. Zuki? Sounds like a... Yeah,
What's your
intergalactic
favourite
alien or
flavour? I
something.
remember waking up and looking at the cars outside and just thinking, God, I love Dale Farm. Dale
Ross
Farm
is eating
flowing through my
breathing
blood
out.
every day thanks to the 1,500 farmers in Ireland.
1,300.
Used to be 1,500, but you know, inflation and all that. A few people had to be let go.
I used to go through phases where like I'd eat a certain sweet for like a few months on end, and it'd be the only thing you buy out of the shop.
Yeah.
So like one of them was like, remember those wee like cinnamon discs?
No.
They come in the big packets where you get them weighed out into like, say you got like a pound of them.
I'm enjoying this
Looking
Zuki.
deep in the shed's eyes as he sucks in the straw.
I'm thinking about cinnamon discs.
Thinking about your straw.
You're
They're like-
super strong.
Super sucker straw.
They come in the like boxes, you know, you see on top of the shelves, and they pour them out, and you get like a wee pound of them. Like,
Oh,
They're like wee,
I
like,
know what you're
saucer
on about
shape,
now.
and they're
not like
hard.
the powder in them.
no, they're
That
like
must have been
hard
different.
shell on the outside, and they're chewy. They're like cinnamon chews, and they're a wee bit not spicy, but you know, like that cinnamon spice.
I know it's the cinnamon sweets, but I don't know what you're on about. No.
You can't get them anywhere anymore.
I'm thinking, you know, remember you used to get the ones that were like in a red wrapper. They were like a free parcel size thing, and they were like red and they were cinnamon sweets.
Oh, are they refreshers? No,
No.
Can't think of it.
Was there anything that you weren't allowed as kids? Was there anything where like you
Drugs.
knew, like, like you,
Alcohol.
you knew like if you went to the shop and come back with it, your mum and dad would be like, "Why the heck have you got that?
Facts.
That's bad for you. That's bad.
You always like, oh,
That's bad for you."
come on, just one like.
Just the 10
Just
back.
come on, off, like.
Red Bull,
wasn't it Red Bull?
Mine was always energy drinks. So like
Yeah.
whenever
Yeah.
mum and dad like give me money and we were like they were like, "I'll walk down with your mates after school," it was always 50p a wee can of Boost.
Finish it before you get
I
home.
mean, I drunk it and like disposed of it in like the village bin, like as if
You,
like some
you
type of
say
like
even
addict.
now, like if you're once the energy drinks in your killer,
Yeah.
to crack up
Yeah, yeah, like the mum
My
and
mum
dad,
is the same.
mum and dad hate them.
to send you to your
Yeah.
room and all.
But like, I think it's because I think mum used, because she used to work in hospital, she always seen like people coming in like and pure addicted to it and stuff.
Mm.
And like, I think she looks at things from like a health point of view. So she's like, obviously, like, what's your daily caffeine limit? 200 milligrams.
Yeah.
And one can of rain is 200 milligrams. If you're having like two of them cans a day, like it's clearly
Try
not
four.
good for you. But at the same time, yeah, like I even know now, as like 23 years of age, like if I pull in like, I'm like going to like take mum and dad or shop or something or whatever, and they get in and they see a Boost can, they're like, "Are you drinking that crap?"
Yeah. My
You'll
mum
be
be the
like,
same.
do what I want, mummy.
Mum's like, "That'll rot your teeth," and I'm like,
That'll
"I'm
rot
not
you.
5." Like.
I could be walking around the house drinking a vodka and coke and my mum wouldn't say anything, but if I was drinking a Red Bull, like, she'd be like, "You can't drink that shit."
You're like,
It's
watch
so bad
me.
for you, like.
Down.
Bad for you.
Yeah. But only,
Bad for you.
Do you remember Fireballs?
oh, yeah.
The wee red ones.
The wee hard things, like. You used to get them in the cinema and
They're
then
so
just
yummy.
spit them over everyone.
Yeah.
Get
No.
the back of people's
No.
heads.
You're a tramp. I'm trying to think what else was good. Remember Wham bars and all 20p?
Not Donny P now. There used to be, was it 5?
That's
Was
not
it 5 or
Probably.
10? They were definitely 10.
Did they be?
They were 10 at one point, for sure.
inflation.
And then, do you remember Crispy Rolls? They don't sell them anymore.
You can get them in 4-packs now.
Can
So they
you?
make you buy 4-packs. Yeah.
I'd buy a 4-pack, no bother.
They're
Oh.
so small that like you couldn't really sell them to anyone, you know,
What
just on
was-
their own.
What?
And crispy rolls.
They're discontinued though.
You can get them in 4-packs.
I don't think you can anymore.
For sure. You can. Oh, do you ever have Mars Delights?
Oh, I was literally about to
Oh,
say.
they're so good.
Unreal. Delightful.
I'm actually going to look up discontinued
Them,
stuff while you chat.
Them happy hippos I had the other night at your house, where
I can't believe I never got one of them.
That's because he had 10 of them.
I had
Shut up.
I had 3.
3 packs.
In this,
You are a hungry hippo.
He was just like.
I
pouring
had
them
one
out.
and I was like, "Holy moly, these are nice." Well, I'm gonna throw you back really far into your childhood. Do you remember milk in glass jars?
In school?
No. Like at your house, do you remember milk in glass jars?
Yeah.
No,
So
You used to get them left at the door.
yeah.
I never had
So
that. No.
The wee lid and all you peeled off.
Yeah. So I forgot about this, right? Until literally we were doing the whole Dale Farm thing. And then I was discussing with Mum. I was like, "Oh," they were like, "What?" She was like, "What are you going to do in a podcast?" And I was like, "Oh, we're going to talk about obviously nostalgic stuff whenever we were younger." And she was like, "Oh, do you want to talk about your boy Robert Ross delivering the milk in the glass?" And I was like, "What was his name? Robert Ross, right?"
I'll milk, eh?
And when he, he
Is
retired,
that why your name's Ross?
when he
He's your daughter.
Named after the milkman.
He delivered more than milk.
but yeah, like.
It wasn't just milk in them bottles.
Shut up. Yeah. No, he used to always come with the glass bottles and then set them outside in like a wee like thing, like a wee box thing. And then used to get them and peel the top off. They were like kind of like a tin foily hard thing. You used to always peel them off. And that was your milk.
Yeah. But how,
It's really
like-
not that amazing. Like.
No, but like
how did you pay for that back in the day?
I don't know. This
It's
is
hardly
the
like a
thing.
direct
Was it
debit
not
like
like
back then,
was
was
it
it?
not like a subscription type of thing? Like you paid
Where do you
monthly?
pay?
But you wouldn't have paid direct
I know, but you
debit.
probably would have paid with check or something like cash or like
Imagine
you
I
would
had
have.
check for your milk
Imagine-
with £3
Imagine
like,
that. Imagine that. Like imagine that now.
But it's mad how milk used to be such a necessity back then that actually happened.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't drink milk now.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't really
It's
drink
all
milk.
about almond milk and all now and oat milk.
Yeah. Gotta have your
Nothing like a good cow milk. But
fake milks.
anyway, no, I honestly thought that was like when I thought about it the other day. So did you not get any milk delivered to the? Did you not
No.
even get the lemonade man?
No,
with the glass
Yeah, oh, the
bottles.
main man.
The main man.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
main
yeah.
man.
he's like-
What?
I remember like trying to.
You're too far out.
I used to live in the country. Well, I lived in like the town whenever I was like up till 4, but whenever I was older, I always remember like the main man like used to come into town, but he
The
never
main man.
came. He never came.
There he is, the main man.
He never came out to the country, and then like one of my mates like lived in town at the time. I remember camping out one night, and we're like, right, we need to get up in time for the main man to come, because obviously he only had his rounds.
Yeah.
But he'd sell you a drink off the back of the lorry. Like.
Man sucked to a schedule. Like,
Yeah, you cut. But I mean,
you couldn't catch him.
we camped out one night.
Yeah.
This is no joke. We camped out one night just to go to the like get a drink off the main, like a few bottles and stuff off the main man. Like.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it was like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. He went past, and we ran down the road after him and like followed him into a housing estate, and like got a drink off him. Like, that's how much like I wanted to try it.
Yeah.
Like. But it was good stuff. Like.
The pineapple. The main pineapple.
I used to love the lime one.
Stop.
It was so spicy.
Unreal. So spicy.
And cream soda too.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, the cream soda was nice. Obviously,
He's still about though. Plastic bottles now though. No glass. It's not the same.
Sure.
Is glass not more better for the environment than
Prob-
plastic?
Probably
milk
is,
glass.
yeah.
Yeah, what's put milk?
Too
I'd
expensive.
say a lot of
though.
people just threw them away, like smashed them.
Probably.
Yeah, but what a throwback! Like, what a throwback!
Yeah, got some more.
But I remember whenever the milkman retired in Cullybacky, and they had him in the paper and all, and he was like, oh yeah, man, he was like a proper
Local
He
swag.
was-
what was the headline?
it was
Milked
a,
out.
No, it was a proper
Milked out.
it was a proper like thing, because obviously he done the milk rounds for ages, and then when he retired, people were pure like obviously like irate, upset by the fact that he'd retired,
Wow.
because like he would have known, like, yeah, here he is in the Belfast Telegraph. Milkman Robert calls it a day after 50 years of doorstep deliveries.
He was in the Belfast Telegraph.
Yeah,
right?
and there he is. There's
Jesus.
Robert holding 2 glass.
The Belfast Telegraph
Yeah.
struggling. though.
So Milkman Robert
Slow
Ross
day.
on one of his last rounds. So he served the community for half a century. And he said Robert Ross, he will not miss the early morning starts and is looking forward to a lie-in from now on. From Portland and County Antrim, said his customer base has halved to 250, blaming the introduction of plastic 2-litre milk bottle and supermarket sales for the decline. So Tesco put him out of a job. So he drove 40 mile every day, yeah, and but I think the thing was like he would have got in contact with people if like he arrived and say like at an old person's door and say like the milk was still sitting there for a few days. Like he would have went down and like knew where their like where some of their relatives were and said, here, they haven't collected the milk in a few days, you may go around and check on them. That's how he knew like people were sick and stuff.
Wow.
Wow.
Not just
Always
It's like a
in the milk.
superpower.
not delivering milk to your fridge and warmness to your heart.
Nowadays we have mobile phones.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Right, so I got some more discontinued ones. Tutti Fruities.
What?
Roundtrees. I didn't know they're discontinued either.
I wasn't a big fan of them. though.
No, love
No.
them.
I love Tutti
So
Fruities.
Dream bars, white chocolate ones.
Stop it.
What, do you like them?
Unreal.
I don't remember eating them as a child, but I love white chocolate now,
Yeah,
so I
that's
feel
unreal.
like they'd be unbelievable.
It's mad how everything now has a white chocolate version. like.
Yeah.
It's just.
On that, Maltesers white chocolates have apparently been continued.
I remember,
didn't realise.
I remember.
Do you know-
them.
Tutti
They're
Fruities.
unreal.
Tutti Fruities being taken off the shelves causes me emotional damage.
Wow.
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done you putting that soundboard to good use.
Do you remember these things? You used to get them in like a restaurant after a meal. There'd be penguin ice creams.
And they look familiar, but I don't remember ever having one.
Used
I
to
think
get
we
them
had
in
I
there
those at the
recognise that
house,
boy
though.
from somewhere.
I used to get them and collect them. There was like a couple of different types of them. Smarties ice lollies, the push-up ones, ice creams.
Oh, do they not do them anymore?
No.
They're unreal.
And you used to
I
have the Smarties in the
I used to
bottom.
always get them. though. They're class.
Lethal. What else? Trident Splash gum. It's like the gooey stuff inside it.
Remember that?
Do you remember the rolls of Hubba Bubba?
Do they not
That's
still do
still a
them anymore?
thing, yeah.
Don't know, but there's
That is
no
still-
flavour in them. Like you had chewed it twice and the flavour was gone.
You chewed it and just spat
And
it straight back out.
remember whenever you were younger as well, when you were in school and stuff, the whole big thing was like basically taking like a massive roll and just eating it.
Taking a
Mm.
bite out of the side of it.
Massively. Or speaking of the roll things, do you remember what do you call the wee rolls of the gummy stuff?
Hubba Bubba.
No. It was like sweets, but like you rolled it out. Oh, what were they called, man? They came on like a wee bit of paper, and you like peeled them off the paper.
Roll-ups.
I
Roll-ups.
honestly have no
Roll-ups,
idea what
yeah.
you're on about. Oh,
Yeah, you know the wee things
Called
in
like double colour.
wind-ups.
Wind ups.
Around.
I used to have them on my lunch. They were
Fruit winders.
definitely just pure winders. They were definitely just pure
Winders.
sugar, like,
100%.
just syrup.
And then Jamie Oliver came in.
Ruined my life.
Trump.
They don't do the truffles and Galaxy
Trump.
celebrations anymore.
I don't even remember.
That was Sly. These ones.
Oh yeah.
I never even copped that.
No,
Just the 2 Galaxies now.
too yummy. We're making the other celebrations look bad.
And animal snacks. What a treat. Good stuff. Like.
Polo? Is Polo not a thing anymore?
It's the coloured ones, the fruit ones.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember, you know the sweets that they always used to sell, but they were in like a different section? They were always close to the counter, but it was always like the sweets that were in around like sort of £4, and like your parents wouldn't allow you to buy it. Like Juicy Drop Pops was a big one.
£4.
Yeah, like they were
Hardly.
like £3.
No way.
Yeah,
man, that's
man,
lies.
yeah, they were. They weren't cheap, like,
Jesus Christ.
because they were basically a toy.
What shop were you going?
They were basically a toy, though.
They were like the high steel items you used to
Yeah.
have to keep on the counter.
Yeah.
So
That's
kids wouldn't throw them in their pocket.
they're
'Cause it
really
cost
Yeah,
like
juicy,
£4.
juicy
Salmon.
drop pops. So you like took
Yeah.
the thing out, and then you squirted it in the middle in the wee indentation thing, and then like, and it was all sour and all.
Well, they're actually £4.
Mate,
What would they be now? 20 quid.
you'd have to take out a
Mortgage.
mortgage.
You're not getting that, son.
You have to apply to buy
Do you
one.
remember in school people used to have the gum things that electrocuted people,
Oh my god, yeah.
and they used to be like, pull that, and they always knew.
And it'd say it on as like
And then-
shock gum or
Yeah,
something.
and they'd always have.
Or
There'd always be that
shockwaves.
one person who had one. They're like, "Oh, I'll pull that," and you're like, "No."
Or the snap
And they're
ones.
like, "Just do it." Peer pressure and buys into pulling it, and then you knew they were going to get hurt. Like,
Doesn't even count then. Like. That's just assault. Like.
do it'll be funny. It'll be
£2.
funny.
Sorry, £2.18 now.
There you go.
That's not even electric shock either. It's like a vibration.
Yeah.
I remember
The ones that like the
Oh,
like
the
mouse
snap
trap
one, yeah.
ones were the worst.
I
like.
remember.
Yeah, they were bad. Like.
I remember whenever I was younger. You know the wee joke shop in Port Stewart.
No.
So I think it's still there. But you go to Port Stewart and there's a wee joke shop. I think it's called like Kiri's or something.
I'm just thinking it's like
what it is.
from the outside looks like a shop, and you go to and it's like joke's not even a shop.
It's just bare walls.
Jokes
Someone's like
on
smack
you.
you in the face. But no, I remember you used to go in there as a kid, and they always had the likes of the thing where you pulled the bit of chewing gum and it like shocked you.
Yeah.
But then they came in with this new product one time, and I tried it out. It was like fake cigarettes.
Yeah. Right.
So I was like, I must have been like 10, 11. Like I was just before I went into first year anyway, and I remember like my mum was up getting ice cream, and I was standing out like at the summer seat. She came over, hey, and I took like a big like he basically blew on them, and it like blew like smoke, like fake smoke.
You were
my
vaping when you were like 6.
no, like that you couldn't inhale anything. You like blew on it, and it was like a chemical
That's what you-
reaction
that's what
thing.
you
But,
thought?
like, yeah, indoctrinated me.
It's
But like,
definitely
was going
asbestos or
going
something
around
like that.
Port Stewart.
oh, I
And
thought my
nicotine rush when he's
thought
like
my-
6.
I thought my mom was gonna ram the ice creams up my ass. Like she came over, she's, "What are you doing? Where'd you get that from?" And I was like, "Ah, joke's on you."
LOL, mummy.
LOL. She was like, "You'll not be seen with that." She said, obviously, I didn't think about it whenever I was younger, but obviously, I didn't really think about like people driving past, looking and going, "Well, there's an 11-year-old lighting up a bine." Like.
There's all you about your all 7.
Yeah,
Smoking already.
Smoking night.
Jesus. Ever since I'm like, man, stop coming down now. Since I went down.
Shit's gone bad. Shit's gone sour.
Do you remember the wee candy sticks? They're unreal.
The cigarette ones.
Yeah.
They're not called cigarettes anymore. They're not allowed to be called
Well,
cigarette
not
sticks
just
anymore.
called candy sticks.
I thought they were called like something candy cigarettes before that.
Were they?
But then like obviously everything's PG now. Who's that? Everything's a bit PG now, so they had to change it to candy sticks.
Yeah.
You've kind of covered your Shay Reddit
I
review.
know. I had another few things. Right, I'll just do share around review now while we're here. But
Where we're going?
we're going nowhere, baby. So I looked up some. It's called shrinkflation. So how sizes of chocolate bars and sweets have changed over the years.
Right.
So
I like this.
Terry's chocolate oranges have shrank 10% from 175 grams to what?
Way on. They don't look like they have.
157 grams. Yeah. This is have
Terry.
shrunk since 2012.
Terry's.
I didn't notice that one myself personally.
Terry's chocolate orange is one of them ones that always confuse me because you walk into one shop and it's like $3.85, and then you walk into Tesco and it's like special offer £1.
It's always leading up
Yeah.
to Christmas
Yeah.
really there, and then you go in any odd time of the year and they're like
No.
£1.
Do you ever just get one and scream, "Don't top it, whack it," and then just fire it at the wall?
No.
Nobody remember that ad?
No.
Did you get it out of Vicar? Is it Vicar Dibley?
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you call her? Dawn French.
Yeah.
And she always used to go, "Don't top it, whack it," and then you like whacked it to
Volley.
break it open. Did you nobody remember that?
No.
No.
Seriously,
No.
you haven't lived. Like, did you have a TV in your house when you was younger?
I always broke them off my head. Always done
Of course you did. That's what's wrong.
what's
with
wrong.
That explains a lot. I remember I used to do that when I was younger, Easter eggs, and then one year Dad thought it'd be funny to put one of the Easter eggs in the fridge. Then he was like, "Here, crack that over your head, son." I went, bang.
It's a real egg.
Concussion.
Maltesers 15% shrinkage. 121 grams to 103 grams.
Dirty.
Snickers have got smaller, but Snickers is a weird one because they've started making like double packs and shit and start calling them like duo bars and stuff.
Do you think the duo bars are the size that a normal bar used to be?
Probably. If you add the two of them together,
Yeah.
it probably is, yeah. But they have to call them share now because obviously
You're not meant to eat it yourself.
you're not meant to eat it yourself.
Fatty.
You greedy boy. Dairy Milk's got smaller by 8%. Cream eggs. This is a big one.
Oh.
16% smaller.
What? Me, hey.
M&M, bags of M&M's, you know, the 165 gram bags, the big bags that
Yeah.
you like tear open.
Yeah.
165 grams down to 140, so 15% shrinkage on them as well. Fingers, this is good. Fingers, 125 grams, 7% shrinkage. You get 2 fingers less now.
Wow.
So they've cut 2 fingers out of the box. Twix, you get 1 less finger. No. 86 grams to 50 grams, 14% shrinkage.
It's a mad world we live out there, people. Like, you wouldn't ever thought that they just shrunk the Malteser by what, 15%?
Badly.
I didn't even think they could
Bar
shrink a
crack.
Malteser. Like,
To just put less in the bag. Like. It's not like scientists standing around a Malteser being like, "Boys, how are we going to shrink this thing?"
It's all because of Jamie Oliver.
another
Jamie, why did you
another
do
question I
that?
wanted to ask you guys actually came up in work today, based around the whole food thing, is do you have like a thing that you do with food that like when you're eating? So like, for example, my one would probably be that some people don't like is I put crisps in my sandwich,
Right.
and some people are like,
People
"Why-
don't like that.
why do you, yeah?" So some people are like, "That's weird. Why do you put crisps in your sandwich?" And I'm like, "Well, it's going in the same place."
Depends on the sandwich. Though.
So I would put like potato, cheese, and onion in ham and cheese.
Wagon wheels,
Love
a
it.
lot smaller.
Wow.
The
The one on the left looks like an American one though.
Looks like someone sat on it.
Never seen that
That's the
before.
way the packaging used to be. Do
Seriously?
you remember that?
No.
And they changed them all to red and blue.
No.
So anyway, mine would be like potato, like cheese. Well, really any crisps, any type of crisps inside a sandwich. Like I would always do it, or like a bap or something. It always would have been the thing that I did, and still is. And I know a few people who are like, "That's so weird. That's so strange." Anyway, like
So weird. That's so
today,
strange.
today we went for lunch. Right, got back to the canteen, and Phil that I was having lunch with, he ended up. So he had like a wrap, and he had crisps. Then he had a yogurt, and then he had chocolate. Right.
Fat bastard.
So right, no, right. Listen. Right. So what's the order that you'd eat that in?
Say it again. Crisp,
You
wrap.
had a wrap, crisps, yogurt, chocolate. What's the order that you're eating that in?
I'd get a bowl and mix it all together and just eat it in one.
No, but what? No. Seriously. Let's get real here.
This is serious.
What is the order that you're eating that in?
Wrap first, obviously.
Wrap.
I'd eat wrap, crisps,
Yeah, you wouldn't want a
Chocolate,
soggy yogurt mouth while you're eating
chocolate,
crisp. Like,
and probably yogurt.
No, see, I would go
I'd
wrap,
probably do the
crisps,
same.
yogurt, chocolate. Right? He ate yogurt,
no.
chocolate, crisps, then the wrap.
What's wrong with him?
You always start with your savoury thing and then follow it up by like
Exactly.
your crisps.
But he was like,
If you eat a yogurt, then it's just you're just gonna have yogurt mouth.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna leave a taste behind.
Mm.
You start with your savoury thing, and then you go to the drier snacks,
Yeah.
and you finish off with the most moist one.
After I have
Heard me saying moist.
after I have a wrap or a sandwich, I'm always gonna want chocolate or a yogurt. Not the opposite way around, like
Always.
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 So what would be your weird thing? You just remind me of someone who puts tomato sauce in everything.
I do.
Like he eats steak with tomato sauce.
He eats tomato
When there's
sauce
no
with
pepper, when
coleslaw.
there's no peppered sauce. When I get a McDonald's, I get a Big Mac. And I put the chips in the Big Mac and put red sauce in it.
That's a shout.
And I eat it, and it's unreal.
That's not too bad.
I don't really have like a really weird thing.
I'm coming to you last because I'm expecting you to blow me away here because you
No.
are. You when it comes to food, you're just an anomaly. Like
I'll eat anything. As you were saying earlier, in order of eating, I'll never eat like meat first.
yeah,
Always eat your
Save it
chips
for
first.
dessert.
Yeah.
Always eat your chips first, or
Yeah,
like whatever your
same.
side is.
I'm like that. Like I'll always
Do you
eat
do
like
that
the
too?
vegetables and all first.
Yeah.
Unless like you have like say a steak and mash, like you want the mash with the steak.
Yeah, dish dependent. Obviously, like I don't
bit of
fucking pick the
peppered
meat out
sauce.
of the pasta.
if we're having
Do
like,
that, like.
if we're having like Christmas dinner, I'll always eat like Brussels sprouts, carrot, and whatever first, and then I'll go on to like potatoes, then I'll go on to roasties, and then I'll go on to the meat.
I don't do it with dinners though.
Whereas like I look at the likes of my uncle who's sitting beside me and he just like scoops everything, like a wee bit of everything on the fork, and I'm like, see, that meat's really nice, but you've spoiled it with that.
Do you ever mix,
I do that, though.
do you ever mix stuffing and mashed potatoes?
Yeah, it's
With
nice.
red sauce.
Yeah,
No,
not red sauce. You're just a red sauce addict.
That's
like.
so good.
My sister, right, used to eat red sauce sandwiches, right?
Oh,
No
what?
joke, right?
That's
So she,
no
wrong.
beef,
she-
like.
no, she would have had.
She
Do you
prefers,
have beef now?
she
or-
prefers pork.
She would have had. She would have had. She would have. Shut up. Like.
Any excuse today?
Any excuse to flip me.
Sabotage.
So idiot. Like so.
you are the
he is-
saboteur.
He had a. She would have had like a sandwich, buttered it, and then put ham on it, and then put red sauce in it.
I can taste the soap off the table.
What?
I like the soup
Why
off
did
the
you-
table. Why not?
Right. We kind of did talk about anyway how expensive sweets etc. has got, so that's kind of my Ross's rant topic taken. You stole it from
I
me.
didn't
and I'll
talk about how
you did.
expensive. I said
talked,
sizes.
we talked
Well-
about. Anyway, thanks very much for listening to the podcast. If you
Go
haven't already, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, leave us a rating and all
And
that good
check
stuff.
out our video deal form as well.
Yes.
And go grab yourself a box of Cool Crew
Yeah,
because you deserve it.
you deserve it.
You go, girl.
Or a wee cheeky sookie as well, or cream, or both.
Zuki.
Or all the good stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Thanks Steel Farm for sponsoring the podcast, and yeah, we will see you in the next one.